okay. I changed the color of the ring light to this like orangey bit, so I look less pink. So I don't know if it's better or worse, but you know, that's not the point. So we don't care. We don't care. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. So yeah, let's move on. Move on to our depressed time. No, seriously, can we just like appreciate how miserable I was? And I'm not. So things are always gonna be better. Always. Yeah.
My cat died. My mum is feeling like shit, and I'm very much like forced to go back. It wouldn't be my decision. It's just I'm forced because I'm like, yeah, and I'm feeling like so defeated. I'm feeling like it wasn't worth it. Like even like yesterday I was feeling like if I had a chance to go back in time, I wouldn't come here. If I had a chance to wake up, you know, in my ex-boyfriend's bed and just, you know, keep living my life like as it was, I probably would. Like obviously I can't change it and I don't regret like anything, but in general I'm thinking like, was it even worth it? Like, yeah, my English like it improved, but what is gonna happen? Like, am I even, you know, am I gonna be able to find the job and everything? Like, was it really worth it?
It was. Listen to me, it was worth it. Fucking hell. It was worth it. Oh my god, I want to see her. I want to talk to her. I want to tell her that it was. Fucking hell. Don't cry. Actually, I do remember this moment. I remember feeling like this. And I remember this thought where I was like, I would give anything, like anything, for a chance to be back in my ex-boyfriend's house and just continue the life that I had before. Like with this knowledge of like how I was feeling in that moment, I was like, if there was a possibility for me to like, you know, go back and wake up, you know, next to him, even in that shitty, you know, situation that we were at, you know, at that time, like it felt just much better than what I was going through at that time. So I had that mindset, and I was like, yeah, and I was kind of like begging the universe for that, and guess what? Then I kind of got it, because when I started to date my ex-boyfriend, we basically started where I like left off with my ex-boyfriend. Like, yeah, when I started to date Venny, which is my ex-boyfriend, it was exactly the same stage where I left off with Johnny, who was the guy that I was dating before England, right? Because it was the same like confusion for me, and like not feeling happy, not feeling like loved and appreciated or understood, or having the support in my partner, right? So it was exactly what I was asking for. And I was also asking for the combination of Johnny and Ollie, right? And that is exactly Benny, right? So I got everything that I was dreaming of. I got the job in the language school, and I got the perfect boyfriend, and I got the situation that I wanted to be in. So when I actually like realized all of those like components of that equation, I was like, maybe somebody is listening to me. I know it sounds silly, baby, but you know, I kind of do believe that, you know, what you send to the universe is what you're gonna get back. That's why I'm trying to be like the kindest version of myself, and just like send out, you know, like positivity and stuff, because I think, you know, the energy just goes somewhere. I'm not like this big like energy believer. I just feel like, you know, if you are kind and like nice to people, you know, they will be kind and nice back to you. It's not always the case, like obviously, but I just want to be naive when it comes to this, and things will work out for you. And if you are begging for something, if you are like kind of like manifesting something in your head and you want something, you will get it, the good and the bad, do you know? So yeah, but I just wish I could just send her a message, you know, somehow. We actually like during the weekend, because I went back to my hometown, we had a little marathon of Christopher Nolan's films. We watched the Interstellar, Tenet and Memento, and oh my god, like my mind is like scrambled, and I loved it so much. I love shit like this, when things are just, you know, like so complex, and you know, they touch on like variety of these like topics. And my all-time favorite film is Inception. Then I've got The Fight Club. I think Memento is gonna be number 3, and when I finally understand Tenet then that might be on there, and Interstellar as well. Like these films are just like I don't know, I just love things like this, like believing that, you know, dreams are, you know, more important than we think, and the time doesn't work, or the universe, like, and you know, these like the physics of our everyday life is just like, it may not be working the way we think, or the way it is proved to be working, and there is like a lot of things we cannot explain. And I just love when somebody makes a film like this and it just makes you think. And actually, like since yesterday I've been watching these videos, like, you know, Tenet explained, and you know, Inception explains, and the Easter eggs, and you know what it means, and how this whole like time traveling, and you know, like wormholes in the space, and all of these things, like how it works, and our memory, like Memento, watch it again because that one was like, the way it was filmed, like I've never watched anything that, you know, would like gripped me, or oh my god, there are so many adjectives about, like it's immersive, it's like compelling, is that the word? And there are some other adjectives to describe this, like when the film just like sucks you in. And I was even like, you know, like I didn't want to blink, I didn't want to go for a wee-wee, I just wanted to watch every single second of it because of the way it was filmed, and I didn't want to miss out on anything. So I'm already really excited to watch it again, because I just loved it. And the fact, you know, that the memory, because to be honest, like I'm really happy that I've got those recordings, because as I was going through the memory box, like I do have memories of certain things, but I just don't know if they are true. I just don't know, because especially with my ex-boyfriend, for example, because as he said hello to me after, you know, 3 months and stuff, like obviously I'm constantly like thinking about it, like certain things are popping in my head, and I'm like thinking, because I obviously focus on the negatives and why the relationship ended. And he actually had sent me a letter, and in there it was like, you know, like, yeah, like we broke up, blah 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 blah, but there were good moments. And I was like, I can't remember any of those good moments. I just can't. I just focus on those negative things so much, and I'm like, was it really that bad? Or was I just like focusing so much on the bad things that it just overpowered those good ones? Like there were some lovely ones, but I don't have any like extreme memory of like happiness, or like when, you know, he made me extremely happy, or when he did something for me that made me good. I remember those times when like I was treating him and I was trying to make him happy and it didn't work and his reaction was not exactly what I expected. Like I made him a lot of like, there's like homemade gifts, like I made him like a dictionary with like all of the reasons why I loved him. It was basically from A to Z adjectives about him and why I loved him so much, because he was like, I don't know, ambitious and brave, and what was he, courageous and dumb. No, and I just like all of the adjectives that I loved about him, and it took me like a month to create that. And like some other, I was making cakes for him, so I remember like myself like trying to treat him and just demonstrate how much I liked him, but I don't have any memory when I felt something that way from him. Is it again because I'm narcissist and I focus on my actions and what I was doing, and I cannot like appreciate anything that he did for me? Or was it really that bad and he really like didn't do anything for me? Like I think like eventually it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because like it just felt awful and I just didn't feel good, so that's all that matters, you know? Like it doesn't really like matter if I ever go for a therapy. Then I can work on these kinds of things, but I just think like it doesn't make sense. But I want to know, because like in the future, in case I want to find somebody, like I want to know what I do wrong and what I should change, you know, and how to see things in a more balanced way. So seriously, right now, like I just don't know. I just don't know if I focus on the negatives too much and I just don't see the goods, or if it was genuinely just a misunderstanding where he was doing things for me, but I just didn't see that. It's not because like I chose not to, but just because for me it was not like a way how you share and demonstrate love, if you know what I mean. So I just don't know, but I really want to have a chat with him. Like I don't think we can, you know, work unless something like massive changed in me and in him, so like we could cooperate. I would love that to happen, like honestly I would love that to happen, but I don't think it's possible. But in our conversations, like he mentioned something that, you know, his priorities changed and now things are different. So I'm a curious person. So I really want to know what that is all about, and if it's like convincing enough and shit, and like we will see. But yeah, and also another thing that, you know, all of those films, like they just make me think that, because for example when I was waking up in the morning, because I stayed over the night, so on Saturday morning I was thinking, yeah, because my mum, she woke up earlier and like she started talking to me, but I was in my shit mood, like my before coffee mood, and I was like, oh my god, I just want to be back home and just have a bit of a chill time where like nobody is talking to me. And I was like, you're stupid, Christina, you're stupid. And then I was thinking, like, imagine like this is the last moment that you are at home, and everything changed and I was in a greatest mood and I just wanted to, like, you know, I wanted her to talk as much as possible. And I'm going to be applying this rule to everything, because for example, even like one of my friends like sent me a message and I was like, nah, I don't want to see her. But what if that was, you know, that is the last chance for me to see her? Like I just want to, like, this year I want to live by this rule. Like every time I have an opportunity, I want to approach it with this kind of a mindset, like, what if this is literally the last chance for me to do that particular thing or to talk with that particular person, you know? And I want to like learn to have this as a automatic, you know, approach. When somebody says, oh, shall we go, you know, on a roller coaster, I want to be like, what if this is my last chance for me to ever go on a roller coaster? And I will go. I'm not a big fan of roller coasters, they are fucking scary to me, but this year I'm gonna do that. And when somebody says, let's do this, let's do that, I'm gonna be like, what if this is the last chance? And I think this might change a lot. What are my neighbors doing? I don't know. Oh yeah, so that was, yeah. 14-minute rambling. Okay, moving on.
Everyone, although they were not like the
Aww.
best friends, but still, you know, sometimes, you know, even a shitty friend is better than nothing.
No! It's not true. Even a shitty friend is better than nothing. Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that, you know, a shitty friend is better than nothing. No, 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 no. And shitty relationship is better than nothing. No, I've got this fucked up. Yeah. I was feeling like this when I was listening to the first video, voice recording from the 2017, where I was like, you know, having this like fucked up mindset when I was just so lonely and just so desperate that I just wanted to even like contact my ex-boyfriend and things like this. It's not true. It's not good. I don't agree, because things ended for a reason. You know, things changed for a reason. And you know that reason. You know that. You know that. Like, there is nothing worse than, especially with people, there is nothing worse than when you are surrounded by people that, you know, don't get you, that don't make you feel good. And it's just like, there is nothing worse than that. Seriously.
So, lost everything. Maybe I am dying.
Yes, you are. Everybody is dying. We talked about it recently as well. Like, we are all dying. You can die at any point. So, like, the point. Stop crying.
And
Baby.
nothing. Just, I don't know. Really, like,
It'll be okay.
don't know. Like, I know that I'm lucky enough to have my mom.
Yeah.
Like, what we've got, like, our relationship, and it's like more than anything. It just is. It's better than any sort of friend or boyfriend or any sort of like relationship you can have in your life.
Yeah.
It's more than anything. So I'm incredibly lucky that I've got her. So probably like that's like it. I mean, I can't ask like for more. But I want her to be happy because she, you know, suffered like so badly to, you know, be able to raise like me and my brother and to give us like everything. And we were never like struggling or just had like any sort of problems. We always like had everything what we needed, not what we wanted, but what we needed. And we are like so lucky that things ended up the way they ended up. So it's like amazing. So maybe, you know, asking for more, it's a vanity, or like it's too much because we've already got more than anyone else. So maybe that's like it, in case, you know, there is some sort of balance in the universe and karma or destiny, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even like the tattoos that I've got them because every time I went back home, my time in Brighton just felt like a dream. Genuinely, it felt like.
And that's why Inception is my all-time favorite film, because genuinely my life felt like a dream. I didn't know what was real and what was not real. It was crazy. Yeah.
I was not even there. Like, everything was the same. People were the same. Home was same. Everything was same. And I just felt like if I come back, there would be like no proof that I even like went there. So that's why I've decided to have the tattoos, just to remind me that, you know, I was in here. Prove it, because I'm not gonna have like any people to prove it. I'm not gonna have like nothing. I'm gonna have nothing, so at least I got this. So that's why I was like hoping, like when I realized that the hemorrhoids and stuff, I was just hoping to wake up without the tattoo on my wrist. I know it sounds horrible, but yeah.
Fucking hell. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Oh my god, that hit me like a train. Fucking hell. Like, I was hoping that I would, yeah, I remember that. Because basically this one, that's why it is like the compass and the time together. And it is because like when I was in England, my country is like that way, right? So that's the direction towards my home when I am in England, and the time is just like my time to live and to like my mission. And also like it's the time when I was born, which was like 12 o'clock, and like evenings, like from 7 p.m. till like 1, that's my like, that's where I got like the most energy, like in the evening. And it was just like it's perfect. And actually like it's like time for me to like, you know, for the mission and stuff. So it's like my time in the UK, basically. That's the one. And just because when I had the sleep paralysis, like I think I talked about it, like when I had the stamp from the club on my wrist, and during the paralysis I saw that like it was like the totem for me, just like for, you know, in the Inception, when you have that little thingy that that helps you recognize whether you are in the dream or not. I had this one tattooed, and actually in my dreams I don't have it. I don't have that one in my dream. So right now I've just said that I was hoping to wake up without the tattoo. And this hits me even more than ever because, you know, after the Christopher Nolan's marathon that we had, and literally like a couple of hours ago I watched a video about the Inception, right? And the totems and the spinning top for what was his name? Leonardo. And stuff. And I was like, you know, looking at this bad boy that is reminding me that, you know, I am alive, that I'm not dreaming, and my time in the UK was real, and Amy was real, and Ollie was real, and yeah, my harder times in there, it's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. I was seriously, I was not happy. I wouldn't say that I was depressed at that time. I was just really sad. Or I don't know, because I had a problem with like depression like later on. I think at this stage I was just incredibly sad and miserable and hopeless and desperate because of those like circumstances, because life was hard. So I was just rather sad. I don't think it was, I was not depressed. I wanted to be happy, and there were certain things that I was happy for. Although I was contemplating, you know, like jumping off of a cliff and things like this, but it was just because of the sadness. I don't think it was like depression. That came later, that felt different. That was like, yeah, and I've got to yeah, finish. So see ya later. Bye.